guys, welcome to episode 3 of the Ladywing Stitches Flosstube. My name is Zakiya. I'm coming to you from Tuscaloosa, Alabama on January the 18th. Oh my god. Tuesday. I don't know why that made me think 18. Anyway, Tuesday, January the 8th, 2019. So happy New Year to everyone. I hope you all had a great holiday, or a great time off if you got any, time with family. Yeah, just a good time. I hope you've been okay, since the last time I filmed, which I don't even know when that was. I should have looked. I don't even know what month that was, but it's been a while. I've been wanting to film lately, so we're doing it. I got a few minutes while the boyfriend's not in the apartment. So, yeah, welcome back to any returning followers. Hello to any new viewers, or new followers. Um, I know we've been getting more subscribers to the channel, so thank you all for hitting the subscribe button. Thank you to everyone that's commenting. Yeah. Okay. So before I go into some admin stuff, you can follow me on Instagram as at Ladywing Designs. You can email me if you feel the need to. Feel free to message me on Instagram. That's totally fine. But if you want to send me an email, you can email me at ladywingdesigns@gmail.com. And then there's a blog for this. Why don't I know this? There's a blog for this Flosstube. You can find that at ladywingstitches.blogspot.com, or is it Ladywing Designs? Why don't I know that? It'll be on the screen, and I'll make sure it's right. I'm pretty sure it's ladywingdesigns.blogspot.com. Everything's the same. It's all Ladywing Designs. That's all you need to know. Except for Goodreads, in case anyone wants to follow me over there, which I need to get my book stuff together, y'all. Which that's one thing I didn't write down. Oh, that's another thing I didn't write down. Okay, we're gonna get through this. Now I need to write this down before I forget it. Hold, please. I'm not even gonna cut this out. I'm really not. I think I always spell that word. This is pathetic. Anyway, now that you've watched that struggle happen, yeah, so on Goodreads, I'm Zakiya, the Walking Butterfly. You can follow me over there, or friend me. I think it's two separate things on Goodreads. Anyway, yeah, so that's all of that. Quick admin. Okay, if you're a podcast viewer, for my knitting podcast, yeah, don't expect a video anytime soon, unless I get some spinning done, because I'm not really feeling like knitting. Yeah, so that's that. Maybe I'll pick up some socks at some point, just for something simple, but I don't know. I do want to get some knitting done, but I'm not doing any right now, so until then, there won't be a podcast. There you go. It's gonna be all Flosstube for a while, and I'm so excited about that. I am ready to stab the heck out of some fabric. Okay, and then last thing for admin, watch out for a whip parade. It's gonna happen. It's not gonna, well, it'll be crazy long because I talk a lot, not because I have a ton to show you. I don't have a crazy amount of whips. I don't know exactly how many I have either. Probably somewhere around 20, I think, would be my guess. But I just haven't taken the time to gather them all up and make sure that I have all of the whips and all of that stuff, so we'll get to that eventually. I don't know. Honestly, if I get it done by the end of January, that's awesome. Yeah, probably by the end of January. Let's stick to that. So the plan, I kind of have every category to talk about today, or tonight. It's like 9 o'clock. Anyway, So I have 3 FOs to show you. All of them were finished in 2018. So I'm going to knock these out first, and then I'm going to kind of talk about some of the stuff that's happening in 2019, and then we'll get on to whips, etc. So, I don't know why, but, because I took them home over Christmas holiday to show my parents. So I have all my finishes stuffed in this Love You More studio bag. I love this one. Okay, so in order of completion, why? Okay. The organization is lacking, people. Okay, so the first one is Adventure Awaits from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. So here it is. And I am so in love with this. Yeah, I'm just super excited to get this fully finished. I don't know when it'll happen. I still have not gone thrifting. I want to go thrifting for cross stitch. That did not make things better. I want to go thrifting for cross stitch, and I just haven't been yet because I don't like shopping in the first place. So I want to go, but I don't want to go. Yeah. But anyway, this is the full finished piece. So this is Adventure Awaits. It was a mystery stitch along. You can now just buy the whole pattern completed. It finished November of last year. We got the final clue. Yeah, so this is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I stitched it on, it's like a light blue or ice blue. I don't remember the exact color name. But it's 16 count Zweigart Fab Ada. So there's that. And it is blue. I'm not sure if you guys can tell that. I can't tell if it looks more white or if you can kind of see the blue. Yeah. I was gonna say I'll pop in a picture, but I'm not even gonna do that to myself. The stitching's the point, right? Yeah. What else did I want to say about this? I think that's it, honestly. I really enjoyed this piece. Oh my gosh, I hope I wasn't showing that to you guys upside down. Now I don't know if I was, but I'm just gonna hold it up again. I don't think I was. I think it was right. But just in case. I don't know. Moving on. Okay. It's a map. There will be pictures on the blog. It's not a super great zoomed in picture. But there's a picture. So I finished that. Super hyped about it. Next finish was Stitchy. So this was another mystery stitch along, but it was a quote unquote true mystery stitch along, because you literally have no idea what you're stitching. They just give you random bits and pieces until the last little bit. So yeah, so this is Stitchy along slash Stitchy number 6, and it's designed by Stitchy Fine Needle Art. And this was my first year participating. I loved it. So this is my finish. So the part that, okay, that's not going to stay folded. So the part that everyone had is home is way, well, what was the words that were charted? The point is, it says home is where and then they gave us several different endings, and I didn't like any of the ones that they had. I already kind of knew that I wanted it to be Harry Potter, of course. So I did wait until they gave the endings, but none of them were Harry Potter, and I didn't really like any of the other ones, so they gave us the font, and I charted my own ending. So I did home is where the hollows are, as in the Deathly Hollows, of course. And then I charted the Deathly Hollow symbol myself, and I'll bring this in so you can see. I did, if you've ever read the books, you'll recognize the 3 stars that are in the corners of the pages. And I did. I figured that out myself too. I just kind of played around with it and did them differently until I liked what I did. Yeah, so this is my Stitch piece. Super in love with it. You'll notice, I'm sure at least one of you will notice, that this little section up here is missing the 2 middle pieces. Like this has 1, 2, 3, and this one just has 1, 2, and I missed it on the top. I don't know, for when I was filling this in, because all of them looked like this, and then one of the weeks they gave us the middle bit. So I was going back in and filling all of them in, and I guess I got so excited and moved on before I finished it. As you can see, it's still there. I've decided not to fix it. I just think it's funny, so I'm gonna leave it. Um, Plus, I honestly was lazy when I saw it, and I was like, that sucks. I'm not pulling that floss back out. So, um, yeah, so that's that. So this is my first finish that has variegated floss in it. So you can pretty easily tell the Deathly Hollow symbol and the word hollows are the variegated flosses. And these are 2 of the flosses that I got in November from the Color and Cotton Thread of the Month Club. So this one that I used for the word hollows is Old Santa, and you can really see the good variegation on them. The color's not showing up quite right though on this one, so I'll put in a picture that I took of them outside. Yeah, and then this one is Carolina Blue, and again, like you can see the variegation. It's really awesome on both of these. So yeah, that's that. And then the rest of the colors, the main 4 colors were all DMC, and all of those colors are listed on the blog. Fabric is 32 count iced coffee, Belfast linen. I think that's everything I wanted to say about it. So yeah, I loved, I was pretty much behind for all of Stitch, but it was pretty funny, like, because when the endings came, I knew that I was really waiting for the endings to come out to, like, spark my interest, and want to make me want to finish it, which of course it did. Um, so in the end, I still ended up finishing around the same time that other people did, so it worked out okay. And to that point, I did post it. The picture of this is also on the blog, because the font they gave us, because it was the font that they had done in the pattern, I'm obviously not going to be like, oh, here's the word hollows. Like, go find a font for that. I'm getting a little snarky today. This is how I am in real life. So, take it or leave it. But yeah, I charted the Deathly Hollow symbol and the stars myself, and this looks, I don't know, the way that I charted these stars is weird. So I don't know if I put those in the picture on the blog or not, but if you want to know how I did the stars, just ask me, and I can just take like a really quick pictorial of it, because it's not difficult. I just didn't take the time to draw it because I knew what I meant. Yeah, and then the Deathly Hollow symbol, like I said, there's a picture of it on the blog. If anybody would like me to send it to them in like a file, or take like a really good picture of it on my phone or something and send it to them, I can do that too. It's fine. I don't mind doing that. So that's that. Now I gotta put it back in here because otherwise I'm gonna lose it. Okay. And then last finish Okay. Sorry. There's a piece of hair on here and I saw it and I want it off. Okay. So, the last finish, was this my last finish of 2018? I think so. I mean, it would have had to been. Anyway, so this was a Pass the Stash from Michelle Bendy Stitchy. So this is just a little quail from the Perry. Oh my gosh, the Prairie Schooler. Apparently it's a part of Barnyard Christmas, or I'm guessing that it is. Yeah, and it's just this tiny little card. I mean, it's like smaller than my hand, and I mean, the pattern's right on the back. So it was super easy to like grab a couple colors, and like when I was working on like the bird especially, like the 3371 was a big patch. I could grab that and throw it in a little bag and go because this was the whole pattern. So that was really convenient. Yeah, but here is my version, and I don't remember how many of these colors I ended up converting. I think I ended up having most of them when I searched. Maybe, I don't know. It's on the blog. um, yeah. So I love it. I really like the greens together. They just look really good. Well, that makes it look kind of weird. You can kind of see there, like, just the subtlety between, and it's not really that it's subtle. I think they're just really good complementary greens for each other. Anyway, I love this little guy, or girl. Anyway, it was a quick stitch. I really should have finished it in 2 days, but I think it took me a little longer because I just sat it down and didn't really touch it. Um, this fabric is 32 count, and I got it from Lakeside Needlecraft. When I ordered the Mythical Mansion Sal, I also ordered, and I think I showed them on the last episode, the little sample fabrics in 25, 28, and 32 count. Because I was gonna do some sampling and figure out what count I want to do my hate on. Never did the sampling. I already have fabric for my hate. That's coming. Anyway. So I knew that I wasn't gonna be sampling on the 32 count though, because I know I'm not gonna, at least for right now, like it's definitely not happening that I'm gonna do a hate on 32 count. So I used this sample piece for this, and it was just big enough. I actually should have turned it this way, but it's fine. It still fit, and I didn't have to cut anything off of the design. So I love it. It's super cute. I kind of have an idea of how I'm going to FFO it. It'll be quick whenever it happens. Again, just gotta get off my butt and go get a frame. So, those are all of the finishes that I have to show. So that was pretty much, well, I won't say that's how 2018 ended, but as far as finishes, I'm pretty sure that was everything. So, I thought of something earlier that I should talk about, and I didn't take the time right then to write it down, and now I don't remember what it is. Maybe it'll come back to me. Anyway, so now we're going to talk about just kind of like some stitchy plans, just like for right now, what is happening for me with the new year. So 2019, I've already said I'm not really feeling right now. Probably when it gets cold again, that's when I'm going to want to knit. That's when I'm going to want to spin. Um, which I kind of anticipated this, but I am interested that I like don't want to do that and it's still January. I don't know, I just really want to stitch right now. Anyway, so I won't say the biggest thing, but one of the things that I really want to pay attention to is buying patterns. I'm generally saying no pattern purchases, but it's more like no pattern purchases unless like I'm literally like dreaming about them. Um, I've been keeping a list since I started buying patterns on an Excel spreadsheet that I have of every cross stitch pattern that I own. And the other day I finally took the time to kind of move it and update it. Like, I'm trying to keep it updated now, and I still needed to go through it and make sure that I go through all my stuff and make sure that I don't have more patterns. But just from the ones I have listed, I have 70 patterns. I need to stitch the stuff that I have. So that's really going to be my focus this year. I'm not saying no pattern purchases, period, but I really want to slow down on it so that I can stitch through my stuff. I'll come back to that. um, Kind of just another, I don't want to say side goal, that feels mean. But you know, just another one that like I have in the back of my mind. I want to participate in a few at least of Sunday High Teas with Caroline of Off the Grid Needle Art. I have big projects that I want to start. Most of it, it's just a matter of getting the fabric and having it here. So if I can kind of like just pick one like every couple of months and be like, okay, this I'm gonna start this one for that month's high tea and have the fabric, I think that'll help. Um, yeah. So I want to do a few of those this year and get some big projects started. I don't know. I'm feeling the BAPs lately, which is not really a good thing. Then I'm gonna end up with a ton of BAPs. Okay, I'm doing Stitch from Stash. Officially, I had kind of started keeping up with it when I found the group in August. I was doing it unofficially because they split it in halves for the year. So there's a session, I don't know, is that the right term or did I just sub that in? Anyway, there's like a session from January to June and then from July to December. And when I found the group, it was August. And I hadn't kept up. I had bought definitely a ton of stuff in July and I hadn't kept up with any of it at all. It was way too much stuff to keep up with to like try to go back and track. So I just did it unofficially. That only lasted 3 months because I was just so far in the red because I was just buying a bunch of stuff. Like, this craft is still pretty new to me. So that didn't work out right. So I was waiting anyway to do it officially in the new year. So that's happening. I'm giving myself the full $25 per month. Um, that's what I wanted to talk about. Color and Cotton, I'm not canceling my subscriptions. They're going to stay the same they are. So Thread of the Month, I have it set for 3 flosses every 2 months. So it's supposed to start in January. Yeah, because both of them started in November. Yeah, so I'm supposed to get the first one for this month. And then it'll be every other month. And then the Fabric of the Month Club, I'm doing every month. Um, so like those will come out during those months. And the fabric is what, $12, I think. And the floss is like 7. So that's already $19. You know, like for January that would already be $19. So I gotta, but I like that. I want to keep myself motivated trying to finish stuff. Because that'll make me start more whips if I can stop buying pattern. You see how this snowballs, right? Um, yeah, so Stitch from Stash, that started, I already have a finish counted towards it, and no purchases just yet. Yeah, and let's see. The other things that I want to talk about are basically all sales. So, the two that I won't say like everyone knows because probably there's someone watching who doesn't, but the bigger ones that more people are aware of, Full Coverage Fanatics. So in that group, I'm gonna do the 90-day challenge, the quarterly challenges. So you pick a full coverage piece, post a starting point update every week, and the only rule is that you have to put at least one stitch into that project every day for the quarter. So the first quarter, January to March, April to June, etc. So we'll talk about that because I'm going to show you guys the piece that I'm working on for this quarter. What else am I doing in that group? They have a 1,200 stitches monthly challenge and a 2,400 stitches monthly challenge. As of right now, I'm only doing the 1,200. We'll see. Not going to be too ambitious right now. And then I think that's everything I'm doing in that group. Again, I have this on a spreadsheet tab. There are monthly sales that they have. Like I think this month was like something cozy, but I just don't have a full coverage piece that really represents that, so I'm just not doing it. But I have them all listed. Like for some months, I might not know what I want to do now, but I put it down so I can think about it later. Yeah, I think that's everything I'm doing with full coverage fanatics. Okay, and then the other kind of big group is Stitch Mania, of course. They do full coverage on the 5th, so doing that every month. Which on the 5th is in the 5th day of the month. So January 5th, February 5th, etc. You work on a full coverage piece. Definitely going to do that. And other than that, I think it's just like the monthly challenges that they do. They also have, I don't know if any other cross stitch groups do, but I know Stitch Mania has the event for the temperatures, stitch along. We'll talk about that. Why do I feel like I'm doing all the sales this year? It's okay, whatever. So, okay, and then the last one, that's a newer thing that is really exciting for me and for other people, because guess what? It's Harry Potter. Of course. Everything's Harry Potter. 365, guys. So, it's called Magical Stitches. If you follow a lot of people that are Harry Potter loving stitchers, who are on Facebook, you might have already seen people posting about it and stuff, doing our weekly Stitchy challenges and everything. So the group on Facebook is School of Magicals. What? School of. Why can I. School of Magical Stitches. Why couldn't I figure that out? The hashtag is Magical Stitches. I feel like I need a co-host just to keep me on track. Anyway, so the Facebook group, it'll be on the screen and it'll be correct. The Facebook group, if you want to join, is School of Magical Stitches and Literature. Um, this is probably going to be like the last kind of plug that I do for it, because I don't know how far into the year they're going to like keep taking people and sorting people, and they might keep adding people through the year. I really don't know. I have no idea. So I'm probably just gonna like stop putting it out there for a minute. um, but anyway, so maybe I'll ask that. I'll figure it out. Regardless, yeah. So that's the group, and if anyone has come from the knitting podcast, this is going to be hilarious. So I'm just going to tell this story because I just think it's funny, period. So, on Ravelry, which is Facebook for knitters and crocheters, for fiber artists, rather, I was in a group. I'd refer to it as the House Cup. That's what it was called. Harry Potter Knitting and Crochet House Cup. So, you get sorted into your houses. You get all these prompts every month. You knit according to them, or spin, or weave, or whatever. You turn in this stuff for points. And it was getting really stressful because I love it so much and I just want to do everything. And it was just really stressful because I was losing my knitting bug. So I'm SOS this term, student on sabbatical, on leave. And I'm not participating. I'm doing the very bare minimum just in case I want to start back next term. But I'm not doing it because I was like, I just want to take a break and like work on what I want to work on. Well, wouldn't you know, then off of somebody on Instagram, I heard about magical stitches, and I thought about it the other day, and I'm like, I basically replaced the knitting one for the same exact thing in cross stitch. I don't know how that happened, but it cracked me up when I realized it. So yeah, I mean, this is really the same thing. We got sorted into our houses. I'm a Slytherin, of course. I refuse to be anything else at this point. Um, so I'm a Slytherin. Yeah, so same thing. You're stitching for points. It's year long, so all year long. We're reading along through all the books and stitching along, but they don't have to be Harry Potter projects. They can be whatever. It literally doesn't, they don't have to be Harry Potter. A lot of us are doing Harry Potter, because why wouldn't you? But they don't have to be. So, I think that's everything I wanted to say about the group. Yeah, so anyway, I'm doing that, and they have weekly Stitchy challenges. And then, like I said, you get points if you read the books. There are extra Stitchy challenges. There are extra reading challenges if you want to do a book that's not Harry Potter. Then they have an alternative book challenge on top of that. Like, there's an insane amount of ways to earn points. Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's really interesting, and I can already tell that I'm gonna get sucked into this by the time that the year is over. But I'm excited about it. So, as far as I can remember, that's everything that I wanted to talk about as far as Stitchy plans. I was thinking about maybe setting up some type of rotation, only because, and I don't remember what Flosstuber I was watching. I think it was when I was watching Thug Life Stitching with um, oh, Aussie Michelle. I can't remember her last name right now. Mitch Stitch. And then Michelle Bendy Stitchy. I was watching their video today, and I want to say it was them. I don't know. But I think Mitch Stitch was saying, like, they were talking about rotations, and I am definitely right now on a screaming rotation, whatever's calling to me, because I don't want to stress myself out. But also, I think Mitch Stitch was saying, like, then you don't touch certain stuff, right? Because we get distracted so easily, and then I move on, and that's why I have so many whips that really could have been finished by now, but they're not, because I keep getting distracted. So I almost want to do like a rotation. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Somebody give me suggestions. I'm lost. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about that later and work out something. I don't know. Maybe like 3 days on each project. I don't know. I got so many sales going on. That's the problem. I have to keep up with all of that and when stuff should be posted. It's a lot. So that does complicate stuff for me because it's not simple anymore. Yeah, so that's that. Let's move on to whips because it's already been 35 minutes and I swear I don't want to have to cut any of this. I just don't. I just don't feel like it. So, okay. Um, whips. Let's do this. That's finishes. Um, who cares? Let's just start with this. So, um, I picked this back up. I'm gonna try to work on this. My goal this year is to use this for as many magical stitches, stitchy prompts, stitchy challenges as I can because I really need to pick this back up and get it finished. Not that you guys know what it is. You haven't seen it yet at all, unless you follow me on Instagram. So this is, you haven't seen it on the Flosstube. I've never shown it. I'm pretty sure I've never shown it. Um, this is the Hogwarts crest from Stitchering on Etsy. This was the third cross stitch project I ever started. The funny part is that I bought it because I was like, yeah, tons of colors. I can tell it's got confetti through the gold. It's gonna be great. That's what I want right now. I'm feeling something more challenging. And then like bust through. That was a really bad phrase, but I'm not cutting it out. And anyway, anyway, Excuse me. I'm cracking up because like so many good sex jokes. Well, I won't say sex jokes, but like, you say stuff and it sounds dirty. That happened a lot on that episode of Thug Life. If you need to like die laughing, go watch that video. It's hilarious. Anyway, I woke up and like that was like the first thing I watched this morning, so my mind's been in the gutter all day. Thanks, Michelle's. Thanks. Um, but anyway, so I've been working on this. I picked it back up, like I said, for Magical Stitches. Yeah. I love the confetti through here. I'm just lately, I think when I work on it, I'm not in the mood for that. Like I think I am, and then I'm really not. So I'm hoping that I'll get to wanting to do that soon because I do really want to pick this up. I really want to get to the other half of this so bad. The funny part is that my Pottermore house and the house I claim are both on the other side, not done yet. Anyway, so yeah, Hogwarts Crest, Stitchering on Etsy, 16 count white Ada, just got it from Hobby Lobby. All the called for DMC colors. So yeah, I'm bringing in a little closer. And yeah, again, pictures on the blog. I don't take close-up pictures. I just don't. Honestly, if you get a picture at all, it's kind of like this is a good thing. Because I remembered to take a picture, so yeah. Maybe I'll focus on that in the new year. Taking a few more close-up pictures, probably not. Don't hold your breath. So that's this. Anything else I wanted to say? No, not really. What I've finished since I've picked it back up this year, I finished the Badger, and then what did I do? I finished the Badger. Oh, and then I came back up here and I started working on some of the brown because I've done like 4 shades of gold down this side. And now they're like 4 shades of brown. So I'm going through and doing all of those. And for some reason, I like working on this from the lightest shade to the darker shade. So I don't know. It's weird. But you can see like the little blips of brown in between all the gold. So I just barely got started on that. I stopped when I had enough stitches because the first week's challenge was 341 stitches on a project. So I stopped when I hit like I think I was really close, so I finished off a piece of thread and I was at like 360 and I was like, cool, I'm done. um, so that's that. I just need to pick it up and work on it, really. Next is in my... Oh, I was thinking the other project, as you see, was in a Ziploc bag because that was my project bags before I started buying stuff. But my next one is in my Love You More Studio sleeve, and this is, yes, a Christmas pattern, but it's Charlie Brown, so it doesn't matter, because Charlie Brown always. Yeah, so this is my Temperature Sal project. Like I said, I don't know if any other groups, have like an event going on in theirs. I know the Stitch Mania group does. But you can do it and you don't have to join that event, obviously. But I do know they have like the official event for it. Or they have an event for it in the group. So this is it. And this pattern is, I'll maybe put in a picture. This pattern is the temperature quilt from Stitchin' Mommy. And this is the first 7 days. Um, so what I'm going to do, um, I have, again, another spreadsheet tab going. And I'm going to keep up with the highs and the lows, all year for every day. And what's going to determine, that day's block is what city I'm in. So, like, if I go home for a week, to visit my parents, well, I'm going to put my hometown weather and not Tuscaloosa weather. yeah, so all of these so far are Tuscaloosa. Because I left Tennessee and came back to Alabama on New Year's, but I was still like most of the day was still in well, okay, 4 hours of it was traveling. It doesn't matter. There was more time that day spent in Alabama than Tennessee. So I just went with Tuscaloosa. Um, and then yeah, every day since then I've been here. So that's that. I have my temperatures written down. In the pattern she does, so she has it's the same 20 flosses in the same exact order, but she has set up temperature guides that you can just pick, one that's close to your climate and use that if you don't want to make your own or whatever. I found one that I thought would work for Tuscaloosa, but the lowest temperature was like 27 degrees. The bottom category was like 27 degrees Fahrenheit or lower, and I just felt like just no. Especially because I'm doing it for whatever city I'm in. So like when I'm at home, like it gets way colder there than it does here. So it's a lot easier to get under 27 degrees. So I changed the ranges. I used those colors and I added one because when I changed the ranges, I needed one more color. So I added one color to the upper degree levels, and then yeah, and you can see some of them are marked out just because right now I'm working from stash. So you can see like on the fourth, the color that I need from right there. I think I maybe had an alternate, but I didn't really want to use it. That one I was just like, I'm gonna wait. The rest of them, well, not all of them, but almost all of them, been converting. I don't really care. It's mine. It wasn't gonna be like anybody's anyway. So, yeah. And then the fabric that I'm using is just 32 count light mocha Belfast. It's pretty much like my standard kind of go-to fabric. Yeah, so that's that. And then I'm keeping, I don't know if you guys will be able to see this. Oh, here's the inside of the sleeve. I love it. Just little snowflakes. I'm really not a winter person or a Christmas person, but I love this sleeve. I don't know if you can kind of see. I just have thrown the floss in the bottom. So yeah, that's the first week of the temperature sound. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to say about that. Yeah, everything's DMC for the floss. I pretty much work on that every morning when I get up because I like to get up and stitch first thing in the morning. So I try to make that the first thing I reach for and stitch the little block for the previous day because can do them really quick. Okay, so next let's talk about this. Yeah, we only have 4, so we're halfway done. Because we're getting kind of long here. So my next whip, pull this back some, is, oh, excuse me, Hogwarts Magic Castle from I Cross Stitch Pattern, and I will put in a picture of what it's gonna look like when it's done. So hopefully that's up there. So this is where I am right now, and as you can see, this is a page finish. Oh my god, this looks so much better on screen. Like, when I look at it, even on the picture that I took on my phone, when I look at this blip right here, I'm just like, this looks weird. Like something weird happened, but this is where the edge of the castle is starting. And it looks so good. Like, I'm looking at it on the computer screen and it looks amazing. Although I'm looking at it right here and it also, that whole stitching right in your face versus when you hold it back thing. I don't know what that was. You can't see it. Like, anyway, ignore me. So, yeah, Hogwarts Magic Castle from I Cross Stitch Pattern on Etsy. I haven't checked at all in a while, but the last time I checked, this pattern wasn't listed in the shop. So, I don't know. You might be able to contact the owner if you really wanted to buy it and it's not listed. I don't know. But yeah, so I finished my third page. This is page 8. Um, yeah, I mean, it was really just block colors again because I'm still in the sky. So I finished all of that. Right down here in this corner where the dark part I was just talking about, where the castle is starting to come in, so much confetti. Like, it's about to get confetti heavy. Pages 9 and 10 I printed off today so that because I'm going to do page 3, 9, and 10. Not necessarily in that order. I haven't really decided yet. Um, Before I move the Q snap, hopefully. Maybe. So I went ahead and printed those off, and the castle is going to be super confetti heavy, so it's gonna be interesting when I get to the middle of the chart. But yeah, so this is what it's looking like so far. Like I said, I'm still in the sky area. This is the moon that you could see in the pattern. And when I was working on page 2, I just feathered over some of those colors that only had a few stitches over here. So I just carried them over so I wouldn't have to do them later. Because I had the floss, so why not? So yeah, this is where I am with this. I'm really having fun with it. So earlier when I was talking about Sal's, the 2400 stitches monthly challenge for full coverage fanatics. So I was actually asked, I can't even, English is so difficult. It's my first language, but it's so difficult. Sometimes I feel like I speak better Spanish than I do English. And I sometimes can't even speak Spanish. Anyway, um, I was asking Michelle Bindi Stitchy because she's doing a lot of the same challenges in the group. So I was asking her because I figured that we would have to like restart the counting if you're doing both the 1200 and the 2400. That makes sense. Um, but I asked just to confirm, and she confirmed. So I'm not sure if I want to. I've already. That's what I was going to talk about. So with this page finish, I've already finished my 1200 stitches, and here's the chart. So all of the blue is what I've done this month, and all of that is a little under 1500 stitches that I've done on this so far this month, and I'm still kind of feeling my stitchy bug. Um, oh my gosh, I'm still, good grief, feeling like working on that project. So I think I'm just gonna pick it back up and stitch on it until I don't feel like stitching on it. And if I hit the 2400, oh, that's what I was telling Michelle, because we do this all the time to each other. We're just like, do it. Like, we will motivate you. Like, the other person is always motivating, because we're just like, yeah, do all the things. So the reason I don't want to do both challenges in 1 month is because that's a lot. Like 3,600 stitches in a month is just a lot. But I think that for right now, while my stitchy bug is here, I'll go for it. I'm making this decision right now. Um, I think I will. But 24, it's like 2,460 stitches. It's right over 2,400 is a full page on this project. Yeah, 2,460. So basically that means I would have another page finished this month, which now I hate this about myself. If you give me a challenge, I'm like, I want to do it. Maybe this is what I'm going to work on the rest of the night. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so page finished, 1,200 stitches, challenge done. I'm going to start the 2,400 later. I just decided that it's going to happen now. I just want to. Grime Guard from Silver Moon Sewing. I'm more than positive. But it's on the blog. But it's from Silver Moon Sewing. She's on Etsy, at Silver Moon Sewing on Instagram. I'm pretty sure that's who it is because I just ordered a couple more from her. Yeah. Oh, and then the Needle Minder. That's better. It's an like a wax seal of the Hogwarts crest. And I can't remember where I got that from right now. Also on the blog. All right, so inserting a little clip here because the next whip that I was going to talk about was a whip when I recorded. So obviously it's a different day. I'm wearing different stuff. This is not a bug or a spot on your screen, on me, etc. It's a legit hole in the shirt. Let's just point that out now. It always catches my eye, but it's a legit hole in the shirt. Anyway, not the point. It's 2 days later. It's Thursday, January the 10th, and I have an FO. So right here where you're watching in the original recording, I was talking about this whip. I'm going to put this in its place instead. Whoops, because it's done. So, and I'm holding something behind it, so you can actually see it. Hopefully you can see it. So this is You Are My Density, and this is a pattern by the Witchy Stitcher. She designed and she designed the pattern for and is donating all of the 100% of the pattern sales to the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. Parkinson's Research. There we go. So this is alongside the fundraising efforts that Michelle Bindi Stitchy is doing this month for the same charity. Yeah, so Meg designed this pattern, and I pretty much bought it immediately when it was announced, or maybe a few hours after that, but basically immediately. And started it immediately. It was my New Year, New Start on the 1st. So, yeah. I'm so in love with it. I just love it. I'll pop in a picture because I'm not really sure how well it's showing up on the screen. Yeah, I might just pop in a picture just because it's showing up pretty okay, but because the picture I took was outside. Not that it makes much of a difference, but the picture that I took was outside in natural sunlight, so it might just be a little easier to read. But it says, "You are my density. I mean, you are my destiny." So it's a quote from Back to the Future. That's super crooked. Not holding it straight at all. Yeah, but it's a Back to the Future quote. DeLorean at the bottom. I've never seen Back to the Future. As far as I know, it is currently not in my life plan. Which doesn't mean I'm not gonna watch it. I don't plan to. Like, I just don't care. I hope that doesn't offend anyone. It's anyway, you guys know how it is. Like, it's just one of those movies that, like, yeah, I know it's a classic and stuff, but I just haven't seen it, and I'm not stressed to see it. So eventually, maybe, or it won't matter. Really, I bought it because I wanted to support, and I stitched it because I bought it. So, um, but yeah, I mean, it was really fun. That being said, like, it is a really fun stitch. If you've ever stitched one of Meg's patterns before, you know how addicting her patterns are. I love her stuff. I have 10 other patterns of hers. And this really made me realize that I need to get some of those started and get them done. So this fabric is 16, well, that's not helpful. This fabric is a 16 count dusk Aida from Picture This Plus. This is a piece of the fabric. You can see I cut it. It's a piece of the fabric that was called for the class schedule sale from Armada Designs last year. I bought the pattern, the fabric, the needle minder, and then I never started the pattern. So I still had the fabric, and I was pretty much saving it. I knew I was saving it to use for something else anyway. So I didn't want to really stitch this on black Aida, even though I had some. So I just, I grabbed this. Only one color kind of blends in, but it's nowhere, I don't know. I haven't decided if I'm going to go back and add more back stitching around the whole thing, or if I'm just going to leave it. I might just leave it, because I think it looks good. I don't know. I haven't really decided. But yeah, so this is done, and I just need to find a frame for it. I don't really know what type of frame I want, or rather what color frame I want. It'll be something really simple though. TBH, it'll probably just be a black frame, but I'm not sure. I want to go to Goodwill and see what I can find. So this is done. Talked about the fabric. The flosses, all of the called for DMCs, there were a couple of them that I didn't have because I'm working just from what I have in other projects. So I substituted a couple of them, but you can't tell. So this is done. Look for an FFO soon. Okay, so now let's go back to the regular video. And that's all my whips. So we're gonna get through this last bit, hopefully kind of quick, because I'm already at an hour. Okay, next. So this is gonna be both Craving It and retail therapy for a bit. Because well, actually, okay, let me do this first thing. Never mind, I already talked about it, the needle minder. That was the one thing that is not both Craving It and retail therapy. So we're just gonna mash those two sections together and talk about them. So okay, for extra stuff. So basically, it's 3 projects. Two of them I've recently gotten the fabric in for. So that's the retail therapy on those. We'll go through it. Okay, so no particular order. Or actually, this was first because I ordered this and it got sent to my parents' house, which was fine. I just didn't realize it was there until my mom told me. So I didn't get it until Christmas. But this is Seek's Wool from Teresa Kogut. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And it's a lady with her sheep, and it says she seeks wool and flax and works with her hands. And hello, perfect. Let's cross stitch about knitting. I want to do that any day. Yeah, I bought this off. I saw this on Gulf Coast Stitches. I don't know why I said it like that. Gulf Coast Stitches. There we go. So I got it from there, and yeah, I'm super excited. I'm gonna hopefully start this month, but we'll see. Maybe it might be next month. I might push this off until next month. But that's that. And then the fabric that I'm going to use for that is the same fabric that I'm using for the temperature sal. Just my kind of standard light mocha Belfast 32 count. Excuse me. I had just like a big piece that I bought like just to have some of that fabric. So I'm going to stitch it on that because it's really the same color that's here, or close enough. It's this tannish color. So I'm going to use that. So that was a purchase. And all of this, even the fabrics, this fabric and the fabric for my Haid, I purchased in 2018. They didn't get here until this week, last week. Today's Tuesday. Last week. They didn't get here until after the new year, but I'd already bought them. So, no counting against Stitch from Stash. And I did that on purpose so that it wouldn't, because it was a lot of money for that fabric. So, anyway, the next one, so beautiful Michelle, she sent me no, it wasn't just a gift. It was when she sent me the quail from the Prairie Schooler. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. The quail, Michelle gave that to me. That was a pass the stash, to me. So if anyone wants it, let me know. The first person that like contacts me for it, if multiple people comment, whoever had their comment down there first, that's who'll get it. But if you would like it, I'll do a pass the stash on it, because she passed it to me, so I'll just keep it going. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to say about that because I thought about it. But when she sent me the quail, I feel like I just misplaced something. I'll find it. Anyway, so when she sent me the quail, she was so kind and sent me the copy of Painted Wings. And oh, this pattern had just recently become my unicorn pattern, because if you don't already know, I'm obsessed with butterflies. So when I saw Letitia of the Crafty Curator working on this, I was like, okay, I need to have that. I have to have it. So this is Painted Wings. Oh, I think I was going to take it out so I can stop crinkling. So this is Painted Wings from Kathy Barrick. It's a sampler. So up top it says Painted Wings that flutter high to touch the sun and kiss the sky. And then it's just the alphabet and continues down here. Yeah, I'm so excited about this. I just can't even tell you. So I was so excited to start that I kept thinking, okay, I'll just, use this light mocha fabric. No. I knew that this was just, I'm gonna love this. I can feel it. I'm gonna love it, and I want it to be great. I want it to be unique. I want it to stand out when it's on my wall. So I was like, no, we're not using that, neutral brown fabric. So I don't know how well this will show. I need to get outside to take good pictures of it against the white wall outside. Yeah, this is horrible. That is not the right color at all. But my computer also hates green. So imagine, wow, that's a perfect color. Anyway, so this is 36 count, which I've never used before, so I'm excited about that. Just from looking at it, though, I think I'm going to be fine. I'm not sure if I would be able to do 40 count, though. These holes are pretty small. I think 36 is probably going to be the limit for me for a while. I just don't know. I don't know if I would want to go any smaller than 36. That's looking real small to my eyes right now. But anyway, this is 36 count vintage pear. Yeah, so this is the suggested fabric, and I just went with that. I was like, I want this to be great, and I love the fabric that's in the picture, in the sample, so I just got this, and it's gorgeous. Like I said, hopefully I will have put in a picture by now so you can see what it actually looks like. And then I need to get my floss together for that whenever I get ready to start it. I know I'm going to do Sunday high tea this month for January. I don't know what project I'm going to do yet. I kind of want to start my Haid, which I'm going to talk about next. But I'm also thinking that it'll probably be either Painted Wings or She Seeks Wool. Which She Seeks Wool is not like... So, not Stitch from Stash. Sunday High Tea, it's done by, hosted by Caroline at Off the Grid Needle Arts. And it's the last Sunday of every month. And it's just kind of like meant for you to kind of sit back and relax, and you start a project from Stash. It's supposed to be a bigger project. It's supposed to be completely from Stash. It'll be completely from Stash because I'll have already bought the floss and prepped it by the time I start it. But yeah, like I'm not gonna have all of them be like super big projects. A lot of them will be, but not all of them. So She Seeks Wool might be the one that I start this month. I don't know. It'll either be that or Painted Wings. Because I don't feel... I want to have all the flosses for my Haid before I start it, and that's not going to happen for a bit. So, now, the other bit of retail therapy, I will... Did I even say... I said it was vintage pear. I don't remember who that fabric was from. This is Lakeside Linens. So vintage pear, 36 count from Lakeside Linens. How did I remember that? But anyway, so for my Haid, now I got this I got both of these off of 123 Stitch. They were in the same order. So for my Haid, once I saw on the pattern, and I have 2 Haid patterns now, but this is only for one of them. When I saw that their recommendation was 1/1 on 25 count, I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna go with that. Let's just do it. And I'm glad I'm just going for it because I'm actually pretty excited about it. I think I'm actually gonna like it. We'll see. Like I know that it's definitely not gonna be a 2/1 thing, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't work 1/1 ever unless it's backstitching. Like my signature, and that's pretty much it, really. So it'll be interesting, but I'm excited about the gridded fabric. Um, my boyfriend thought it was kind of funny. I forgot what exactly he called it. Oh, he said it's like a giant sheet of graph paper, and I was like, that's basically what it is. That's the whole point. Yeah, so this will make it a lot easier. This is the full size of the fabric. It's, is this 27 by 36? Yeah, 27 by 36. Yeah, so 25 count. And I'll stop delaying and go ahead and pop in a picture of the Haid that this is for. So I found someone on Instagram who I get to see her stuff all the time because I put two and two together on who she is on Facebook, and she's also doing magical stitches. Um, dropping stuff. But yeah, so she posted a picture of her finish of the mini version of this Haid, and I loved it. Again, I love butterflies. I've been searching for the perfect like butterfly project, and I have to have this one. Have to have it. So I pretty much immediately bought it. Um, yeah, so this is gonna be the first Haid that I start because it's appropriate. So it's butterfly effect, and they do have a mini butterfly effect. But I figured go big or go home. It's my first Haid. It's butterflies. It's gorgeous. So I'm just doing the full version. Um, Plus, it still has a decent bit of blank space, a few blank pages, because just once you've seen the picture, just from what the picture actually is, because it's of a girl. So there's just blank spaces. But anyway, yeah, so it's called Butterfly Effect. The art is by Kate Powell. Of course, the cross stitch design chart or cross stitch chart is done by Heaven and Earth Design. Yeah, and there's the fabric. I haven't gotten my flosses together for it. I need to print off the floss list and go through because I'm gonna that's the other reason that I want to go through my whips and kind of like put things with, where they need to be, because I want to go through the flosses that are just kind of laying around and not in a specific project, and I'm going to use those to kit up the Haid. And then I'll go buy what else I need. So it's a process. At the latest, I want to be starting this Haid for March high tea or sometime in March because I want to use it for the second quarter challenge for full coverage fanatics. Yeah, okay, so that's that. So that's it for Craving It and Retail Therapy. Books, really quick. I was just gonna mention. So I'm actually using a Love You More Studio sleeve for a book and not for cross stitch, which is great. So I might even keep this one to just be a book. I don't know. We'll see. I also put the book in here the wrong way. But anyway, so in this sleeve, I'm keeping Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Yeah, I have the entire series, plus The Cursed Child, Tales the Beetle, the Bard, and now Fantastic Beasts. I still need to get Quidditch Through the Ages. Anyway, yeah, so with the magical stitches, like I said, it's a stitch along and a read along all year. The first two books, sorry, I almost lost my train of thought again. The first two books, Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, they both get a month each, so January and February respectively. which is doable, right? Because they're the smallest books. And then every book after that gets 2 months for the rest of the year. So, yeah, I'm really hyped. I took it to the beautician with me when I got my hair done last week, and um, there and down is what I read. I got a good bit done. I had only read, had I even started? I think I had started reading, but I was only like a few pages in. I got so much read. So much read. So I'm enjoying it. It's really nice to reread. I've been saying I was going to do it for at least 4 years now. I've been saying I'm going to reread the series. I'm going to reread the series. And as soon as I saw, because I mean, yes, I'm going to join a Harry Potter Stitch along, but the big part of it for me was the read along. Like, I'm going to have people that will motivate me. Plus, if I finish the book, I get points. That, like, all you have to do is tell me there are imaginary points involved, and I want to do it, which is ridiculous. All you have to do is say Sal, challenge, or points, and I'm there. Or Harry Potter. Let's be real, that's all you had to say. Um, yeah, so that's been a good read so far. My mom, so I'm going to be reading that series this whole year. My mom and I are doing another reading challenge. I don't remember who's hosting it right now. It's some like planner, bookish person, I think, that she follows. But she sent me an email and asked me if I wanted to do it. Oh, I have the things right here. Hold on. It might say it on here. Um, I think that's the name of her thing. Yeah. So it's Modern Mrs. Darcy. Again, I don't like follow this or anything at all. My mom heard about it, sent it to me, and we're supposedly doing it. We both need to get our acts together. So this is the challenge. It's just a little reading challenge. And you can see there are different prompts. Every prompt is just one book except for this one because it's like 3 books by the same author. So it's like grouped together. But anyway, it totals up to 12 books, so one book a month. Um, and we had already said we were gonna do this before I even found out about magical stitches. So I'm not gonna drop this because me and my mom have been wanting to kind of like get back. We've both been wanting to get back into reading, and we were gonna do a read through of one of our favorite series, and it didn't work. So we're doing this instead. Okay, I don't know what that was. I thought my boyfriend was about to walk in. I guess they just hesitated. I don't know. It was somebody else. Anyway, yeah, so we're doing this reading challenge. What's holding me up from picking the books that I want to do for this one, and then these are just like the planning pages to help you pick out your books. But what's holding me up is that I really need, or I really want to go through, I need to finish yet another Excel spreadsheet. Oh my gosh. I need to go through, I'm writing down all of the books that I have physical copies and all of the ones that are on my Kindle. Because I used to get ARCs, advanced reader copies, from authors to review. So, like, some of them are PDF files. So, anyway, I just want to know everything that I have. I've been meaning to do that for a while too. And then I'm going to use that because I want to mix up the books that I use for that challenge. I want part of them to be on my Kindle, part of them to be on the shelf. Um, so yeah, working on that. Just like a lot of things, right? Like it's the new year. There's just so much, so much that I would like to do. Yeah, I think a big focus for me this year is not a big focus, but one of the things that I want to focus more on is going to be my full coverage, especially since I'm about to start the Haid, but also just in general because I want to work on that Hogwarts castle. I want to get it done because I'm just loving working on it. I'm sure that this will be a totally different tune once I get to the middle of the castle and it's like a crap ton of confetti. Probably gonna laugh. I would laugh at this clip if I looked back, probably. But it's okay because I know the finished object is gonna be gorgeous. So on that note, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna go fix up the blog and I'm gonna stitch. So I think that no, that's not everything I wanted to say. Oh my gosh, I've been forgetting to do these shout outs and it's killing me. So on the first video, I had to put in a screen edit because I'm a horrible person, and I completely forgot one person that I had been watching before I started floss tubing, and that is Jessie Marie of the Jessie Marie Does Stuff floss tube. Inspiring. Do I need to say any more? Like, everyone watched Jessie Marie. Oh, just love her. Can't say enough good things. So yeah, Jessie Marie. Been meaning to give that shout out for so long. It's ridiculous. Because I mean, I put it on the screen because I felt bad, and I still had it in the show notes, but I needed to say it. So there you go. Jessie Marie, hi. um, and then who else? So Elena B. I don't remember how I got to her floss tube. Oh, I think it was one day like McKenna Stitching in Sequins had put on her Instagram story like to go watch Elena, and I did. I now have to. I'm binge watching and catching up on a bunch of knitting podcasts lately, but I'm also still finding new floss tube people, still watching all the knitting podcasts and floss tubes that I watch as they come out anyway. So it's a lot. It's taking me time to get to new people, but I need to watch. Is it Olivia? Olivia B? I think it's Olivia. I know it's an O. Anyway, I need to go watch her sister. It feels wrong to only be watching one of them. Who else? Okay, so I just finished the other day. I don't know why it took me so long to start watching him, but Kyle, Stitching and Sound, Kyle Ruckemeyer. Hell yeah. Like, hell yeah. Oh my gosh. I've never been so entertained. It was great. Honestly, I might go back through and binge watch again just because, like, the stories, like, Kyle's just amazing. He's one of those people that I know if I met him in person, I would love him. Like, we would be best friends. His attitude's just amazing. Oh, love it. Anyway, so Kyle, I binge watch all of his episodes, and then I am currently, I think I've only watched one video. Like literally just started watching Abby Bella Stitch. After all of kind of not back and forth. It felt like it kind of for me because I look at both of their stories on Instagram. So when Abby and Michelle were doing the Star Apocalypse stuff, they would post their own, but then they were also sharing the other person's post on each other's stories. So I was seeing everything twice. um, but yeah, I figured with all of that, and I started following her, and the stuff she stitches on is great. So I was like, I need to go back. So I'm currently watching her. Um, but yeah, so shout out to those people. Thank you for keeping me company. I appreciate it. Yeah, so now that's everything. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to cut anything out. So I'm going to go because this is going to be a lot of prep before I even get around to editing the video. So hopefully this will be a more regular thing. I don't know if it'll be a week. I don't know if it'll be every 2 weeks. We'll just see how it goes. I really want to start doing Stitch with Me's because so I use Wondershare Filmora for my recording on my laptop, and they have a phone app, and I have the app on my phone. And like for when I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna do Stitch with Me's, I bought a phone stand, which I am still gonna do Stitch with Me's, and I'm still gonna use that. But anyway, I bought a phone stand to hold my phone for the Stitch with Me. And then instead of transferring files and things, I can just upload it from my phone. I don't know when that'll start though. That was the point I was trying to make. Like I really have been wanting to do that. I just never feel like setting it up and doing it. But that's going to be the chance for me to like answer tags and stuff, which is one of the reasons that I went to Kyle in the first place, because he just came out with his second is it Stitching and Sound tag? Flosstube stitch. No, I think it's Stitching. I think it's Stitching and Sound tag number 2. Anyway, he's put out his second tag. I'm gonna go back and do the first. I'm gonna do the second, but I also want to do like Know Your Needle Worker and some other ones. I found someone's blog where they had compiled a list of a bunch of the tags that people were doing in their videos. So I'm gonna slowly work my way through those too. Anyway, let me get off of here. So until I see you guys next, happy stitching. Bye guys.